Hello students, a very warm welcome to this JEE Mains PYQ 2020 session on Unacademy JEE English by Unacademy, India's leading and largest JEE test preparation platform. And today we are of course going to explore some of your 2020 JEE Mains question. I think this are your January session, and definitely this was one of the best papers as I've told you, because it was actually really very easy. As such, current affairs it is very easy, but you need to understand the concepts and move on. And in today's session, we are going to discuss something very critical. Not just the concepts, not just the shortcuts to solve the problems or guess the options, but also a way to calculate your even complicated calculations very easily. So we are going to make your calculations today very easy. You need to understand the method. Hi Super League, hi everyone, hello and very good evening students. So try and understand the method. I've got this as the first question for today because you have to understand the method. That is my objective. So that calculation, that however I'm doing it, right, try to grasp it. Sometimes I'll be just keeping the value as it is and dragging the calculation. The reason is not, I like to deal with large numbers. It's because ultimately your calculation becomes very easy. Just keep noticing, it's going to be super easy. And yes, it's definitely easy. Current electricity is very easy. You can guess it from the options. You can solve them within few seconds, 30-40 seconds. And one of the most interesting chapters as well. Very practical, right? Very practical. And that being said, students, I'm Muralidharan Gopalakrishnan. I completed my MS in Electrical Engineering from one of the top ranking American university. Yes, you're going to explore this chapter with an electrical engineer. And I'm also an IIT who completed BTech from IIT Guwahati. I have 4+ years of experience preparing students for IIT JEE and other competitive exams, and I have filed 25 patent applications on state-of-the-art technology in India and abroad, and that too related to electrical engineering. And I've won several national level science and tech competitions. And that being said, students, if you're looking for a complete package for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, it's going to be Unacademy subscription. Why do I say that? Because we have aggregated the best educators across the nation on the best platform. Yes, on Unacademy subscription platform, you will get to attend daily live interactive classes with the best educators on a very interesting platform with live polls and leaderboards. Yes, of course. And it's going to be super interesting. And not only that, so think about it. On Unacademy subscription platform, you are going to get to attend lots and lots of test series for your JEE preparation. It's not just bunch of lectures, but also a lot of test series, and it's going to be set by the best educators. So think about it. You are going to attend papers set by the best educators at a national level, and you're going to get to assess your position and overall mistakes and improvise upon your performance using Unacademy subscription. Not only that, every Unacademy subscription program is definitely one of the best structured programs for your JEE preparation, because every Unacademy subscription program comes with lots and lots of live doubt clearing classes, and we do also have dedicated live doubt clearing sessions on Unacademy subscription program. And yes, students, every program comes with live doubt clearing sessions. So Unacademy subscription is that champions tool complete package for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, where you get to attend daily interactive classes with the best educators on the best platform. And students, we do also have authors like DC Pandey and DC Gupta on Unacademy subscription platform. And that being said, how do you avail an Unacademy subscription? All you need to do is click on the left hand top corner extension bar. If you're on the app, do download the app, and you can also follow this process on web. Do log in, click on the plus. Yeah, I am teaching on YouTube and special classes, students. Yes. We are doing full-length lectures, right? On YouTube, there isn't I'm not leaving any part of your lecture, any part of your syllabus. Whichever topic we are taking up, we are completing it entirely, because completeness matters, students. At the end of the day, how much ever you learn, try to maintain the completeness, especially 2020 aspirants. This is a tip for you. I know it's 2 months. Don't think about the 2 months. 2 months is that short-term period which you have to sprint and quickly gain some of those topics completely, so that you are able to excel in your exams. Yes, I'm going to teach on YouTube. Yeah. So that being said, yeah, click on the left hand top corner extension bar, choose plus, choose IIT JEE as your goal, and hit on this get subscription button. Right, once you hit on this get subscription button, you'll realize this Unacademy subscription has a lot of amazing things for you. It's not just the best platform with the best educators where your learning is made interesting and fun, but also once you click on this get subscription button, you'll realize that it's unlimited access throughout the period. You can access programs for both JEE Mains and JEE Advanced, as I told you, at one subscription price. Not only that, you can access as many lectures as you want, as many programs as you want, as many things that are going on Unacademy subscription as you want at a single price. So there are no batch restrictions, of course. And coming to the pricing part, Unacademy subscription is quite reasonable. Yes, of course, it's quite reasonable. All it comes at is, like at a price of 50,400 if you go for a 2-year subscription. It is typically recommended for students in 9 to 11 class. And this comes out to be like a 70 rupees a day or less than 70 rupees a day. And students in long term, students who are droppers, students who are in 12th class, you can purchase Unacademy subscription at the price of only less than 2,900, like at 2,888. So that's for a 12-month program, students. That's for a 12-month program. And of course, this is plus subscription. And we do have something beyond plus that is known as Iconic. And what do we have on Iconic? On Iconic, you will get access to personal coaching from IITians and NITians who have previously cracked these exams with flying colors. So that is an amazing thing about the Iconic subscription. You can get their expert guidelines, you can get their strategy sessions, you can get IIT JEE workshops, and one-on-one mentoring from IITians and NITians, and of course you'll also get access to best educators and you can interact with them. So this is one of the things, like it also comes with lots of motivational sessions, many more things. It helps you in your overall journey, it will boost up your journey, and if you can afford it, one of the best things for your JEE preparation. And coming to the pricing part, this is also quite reasonable. All it is going to cost you is 58,500 for 1 year. And if you go for a 2-year subscription, typically recommended for students in 9 to 11th class, it's going to cost you 90,000. That is less than 50,000 a year, like around 45,000 a year. And make sure, be it you're purchasing plus subscription or Iconic subscription, you apply Murli Life code. Iconic subscription plus subscription 6 months, 12 months or 24 months, you apply Murli Life code, because this way you'll be able to avail maximum best discount on any of your subscription purchases. And students, that being said, today's lecture we are going to discuss something really something very interesting. So I'm not kidding. We are going to discuss a method to work on, calculations in your exam. So this is one of the bad habit of your JEE Mains paper. What happens is, like sometimes your calculations are complicated. Then you need to definitely understand some techniques to quickly overcome those barriers. Okay, one is we'll be analyzing the options, but that is not all alone going to help us in some of the cases. Trust me, that is one such question we have right now. Okay, this was your JEE Mains 2020 question. And do remember, if you want to do it, no one can stop you, but plan. Anything you do, plan. Which are those topics you need to get started? How do you do it? And how will you do it? That is more important. That is very important, but the most important thing is your attitude, your energy, and the kind of efforts that you want to put in. The dream, it should not be like a 1-day dream or 2-day dream. It should be like a year-long, 2-year-long dream that should be driving you every day, that should be making things happen for you. That kind of dream is what you have, and ultimately you will be at this position. So keep your dreams alive, irrespective of how well you're prepared. If you're not prepared so well, plan. Planning is the most important thing right now for 2021 and 2022 aspirants as well. Yeah, plan really well. It's very important. Plan and move about it, because up until now, do also remember, students did not have access to such sessions. Now they do have access to such sessions. So yes, plan accordingly and believe in yourself. Even if no one else in this world believes in you, if you believe in yourself, it will ultimately happen. Okay, seek something truly from your heart, it's going to happen. And even 2022 aspirants, focus on the calculation part as well. We are going to get started with one such session. And before that, do not forget to like and share this video. Share this video on your social media like WhatsApp, Facebook, like Telegram channels, like WhatsApp group, wherever you have access to, because this is again a free of cost session by Unacademy where you're getting access to very high quality full length lectures. It's definitely going to be an easy method to solve. That does not mean it's very easy, the low quality thing. It's a very high quality thing. I'll definitely teach you that method which you can use in your exam. We'll be discussing two such cases of your 2020 JEE Mains. This often happens in your JEE, not just this kind of problem. You'll observe many such problems where the calculation is a little complicated. Then one is you can do the analysis, and the other is you can do the option analysis, and the other thing you can do is a small calculation method would be there. Okay, we'll discuss about the calculation method. I'm sorry, Geeta. Sir, how many lectures are there? Problem solving sessions, we'll do a thing. We'll discuss 2020 and we'll discuss as many as around your current electricity 2020 2019 paper, and your rest of the 10 years paper would have the same number of questions as your 2019 and 2020 paper. We'll discuss as many as possible so that this would be like a concept revision for you, and we will as well understand how do you work around JEE Mains problem. Given current electricity, like unlike electrostatics, it's not that kind of chapter where you can straight away guess the answers. Sometimes you can guess the answers, but still they would be leaving it as if it's you need to understand basic concept. But it's really easy chapter. It's far more easier than any of the chapters that you would be dealing throughout your JEE Mains, and you'll get 2 to 3 questions definitely every year, sometimes even more than that, depending upon the paper. So we will take some time, and if you're looking for some other chapter PYQs, problem solving sessions, so this is previous year questions, you can do also. Let me know in the comment box or the live chat. All right, so let's get into this question. So there are 2 resistors, 400 ohms and 800 ohms, and they are connected in series. Okay, they are connected in series. So there is 400 ohm. I'm just discussing the short solution. This is not short solution yet. This is little difficult to guess. Trust me. This question is little difficult to guess, and even this has a hell lot of complications in its calculation. But today, trust me, we are going to do in the easiest possible way. Okay, that's sort of a assurance from me that we'll be doing it in the easiest possible way. So there you go. There you go. So this is what is being said. Okay, what is this? This is basically a voltmeter. Okay, a voltmeter would be used in parallel. Okay, there was a simple question in your JEE Mains 2020. How do you use a voltmeter? How do you use an ammeter? Literally, there was a question. Okay, and there were several times such questions. Amazing, Amit. Really good. Really good. He is the correct. So see, one of the things. So you connect. I believe every one of you remember this thing if you have been attending my sessions. If not, I'll explain you the thing. Okay, any two resistors connected in parallel, R1 and R2 are connected in parallel, let's say. Always your net resistance is going to be smaller than the smallest one. Let's say R2 is smaller than R1. Okay, in parallel combination, when you assess the equivalent resistance, it's going to be smaller than R2. I hope everyone remembers this. This is for parallel combination. Okay, similarly in this case, we can say this is going to be less than 400 ohms. Actually, it's going to become lot lesser than 400 ohms, not lot less. It will be like 10 or 15 ohms, something like that. It's 10 kilo ohms in parallel. So it's going to be like if it's in series, how much potential it should be dropping? This should be dropping lesser than before. Okay, if you calculate 800 and 400, just a shortcut. Okay, I'll come to the detailed solution. It's like 1:2 ratio. 1:2 ratio. This should be like 6/3 into 1. So initially it would have been dropping 2 volts. That is before voltmeter was connected in parallel. After voltmeter is connected in parallel, what is going to happen? It should be less than that 2 volt, right? Because this resistance, this net resistance is going to become lesser than 400 ohms. It's going to become a lot lesser than 400 ohms depending upon what kind of what kind of resistance is connected in parallel. Since it's a large resistance, you would not see that effect. It's as you think about it, if infinite resistance is connected, So this is one of the ways of thinking about things, but this is not totally going to help in this question. I come to that part. Why? Because this is definitely not one of the best, a very friendly options for your JEE mains for any of the competitive exams. So anyway, coming to the part, if it's like infinite resistance, what is going to happen? It's going to remain as 400 ohms, right? It's as if there is an open circuit, infinite resistance, like infinite impedance. Now coming to the other thing, if it's a short, it's going to be a short. Short is going to reflect. If it's like 10,000 kilo ohms connected in parallel with 400 ohms, what is going to happen? It's going to be some value less than 400. So if it's some value less than 400 ohms, so your final voltage should be less than 2 volts. Okay, but here is the confusion. 2 volts, this is wrong. A is wrong. It's not definitely 2.05 volts. Now among B and D, which is the correct option? I would not guess it. Definitely I would not guess it. I would not take a risk in the exam. But there is a way of solving this. Okay, definitely a way of solving this question. I'll take you step by step through each and every concept. The most important thing for students who already know this concept is going to be the calculation part. For students who don't know this concept yet, try to grasp the concept as well as the calculation part. We're definitely going to discuss a mathematical technique to solve things very easily. Okay, keep watching. It's a very simple one. Even students who know this concept, try to learn as much as you can. Okay, and students, a very important thing. How is voltmeter connected? Voltmeter is always connected in parallel, right? Thus, large resistance. Okay, never forget that thing, because there were many questions in your JEE mains. Direct questions. In fact, in 2020 also there was a question. Depending upon how lucky was your paper, like how lucky were you, actually not your paper. But yeah, but anyway, it's all percentile marking, so everyone is getting affected, so don't worry about it. So percentile actually takes care of that thing, so that is one of the advantages of having percentile. So yes, first of all, let me come to this point. So let's say you have a system like this. You're connecting a battery. So this is 400 and 800 in series, right? This is correct. So what is the potential drop across 400? Initial potential drop across 400. Okay, so in this case, how do we calculate V1? We say V1 is how much? V1 is going to be, if this is V, okay, this is 6 volts, we know that. Okay, this battery is 6 volts. It's going to be V1 into R1 divided by R1 plus R2. Basically, current into resistance, that is what is happening. V1 divided by R1 plus R2, that is one of the ways you can think. But or you can think about the ratio. I typically think about the ratio because it's very easy to calculate it quickly in your exam. So in this case, it's going to be how much? 6 into 400 divided by 800 plus 400. Okay, well now I'm going to do one thing, because in the future calculation also we need this. What I'm going to just say, many of you, if you know it, very good. What I'm going to do is, instead of doing all of this, because just to notice this thing, this will be useful in like the next steps that we are going to do during the calculation part. This 400, I am going to do something like this. This 400 can be cancelled out directly, saying that this is 2, this is 1, hence this is nothing but 6 by 3. There is still a plus sign, right? So it will be 400 is getting cancelled. Here you will appear, here 2 will appear, and here 1 will appear. It's basically 6 by 3. So it's going to be how much? 3 volts. 6 by 3, it's going to be 2 volts. My mistake. 6 by 3, how it can be 3 volts? It's 2 volts. Alright, so we found out the value of V1 this way. Okay, now coming to the part, now you forget this thing. This is something that you know already. Okay, so let me erase this thing, or let me keep it, keep this expression just. Someone of you is noting it down. Do the calculation. So because we need some space, and we need the space right away, right here. So what we'll be doing is, yeah, correct. Well noticed. So it's basically V1 is equal to V battery voltage. It's basically, yeah, good. Friends, don't get confused. Just do notice the mistakes as well. Very good. Amazing, Karthik. Okay, so this is battery voltage, huh? Like while calculating it, we calculate it in the correct manner. But yeah, this was what, 600 into 400 divided by 400 plus of 800. Okay, that's the thing, right? EMF is easy. Okay, anyway, that is how you calculate. Very good. But now, good, you're noticing things. Very good, because we are going to get into the part where we need to apply the calculation technique. Okay, now students, what is this thing? Voltmeter is always connected in parallel. Ammeter is connected in series. Voltmeter is connected in parallel. Ammeter is connected in series. I am saying this thing hundreds and hundreds of times so that you should not forget it. Okay, you should not forget it during your exam. Very important. Then we have something like, because I've seen so many questions, like, I thought, if electrical instrumentation is one of the important things, but this is a basic thing, students. Okay, so you should be knowing it. Okay, there's nothing to remember. Voltmeter, connected voltage, if it's going to have high impedance. Okay, this 10 kilo ohms. Anyway, now what is going to happen? I told you this is going to form a parallel combination and different voltage is going to drop, right? Once you have connected this voltmeter, this is going to form a parallel combination. A different potential is going to drop, like V1 dash you can say, and this to be V2 dash. And V1 dash plus V2 dash should be like 6 volts. The same technique we are going to apply, but we are going to find out this R equivalent of the parallel combination. Okay, R equivalent of the parallel combination. But do remember one thing. What are we going to do right now? That is the most important thing. Since I have been creating this thing, even 2022 aspirants, notice this thing. This is not a concept. This is a mathematical method. This will be useful in many places. Okay. So what do we have? We have 400 ohms and 10k. That is basically 10 to the power 4, like 4 zeros, ohms in parallel. Right? How do you calculate this? You say this is nothing but like 400 into 10 to the power 4. Okay, basically 10,000, sorry, 1,000, 10,000, 10,000 divided by 400 plus 10,000. I am going to keep it as it is. Okay, we are going to keep it as it is, students. Why? You will realize it. Okay, because this is going to make our life very easy. Trust me. So now your new circuit is going to look something like this. You have, keep it as R1. Okay, R1 dash. And R2 was R2, so we can keep it as R2. Okay, this is what, this is that 400, like that huge calculation that we haven't done yet. Why? We don't want to waste time in exam. Okay, that is a very, 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 very important part of it. So this is that resistance. And then you have like 800 ohm resistance, right? So you have two resistances over here, and these are like connected to a battery as usual, which is like a very simple, EMF battery, DC battery. You have no issues, etc. You know how to do this. Take the total current, multiply with the resistor, or take the ratio of the resistances, like total, like not ratio, I wouldn't say. I remember it in terms of ratio, so I typically talk about ratios. Okay, this is 6 volts. Now the thing is, I'm going to say what is the potential across this resistor. Okay, so there is a simple way of calculating it. That's what I mean. Okay, so what are we going to say? We are going to say something like this. So we are going to say potential, I'm going to call this as V1 dash in this case. V1 dash, just keep noticing, going to be very easy, is equal to 400 into 10 to the power 4 divided by 400 plus 10 to the power 4. Basically, I was about to write that, and 0 wanted to come first, I guess. So this is what we are writing. into some 6 volts should be there. And then on the denominator, what do we have? 800 ohms plus the same number. I'm going to do it step by step, but it's only one step. Basically, this calculation is only one step, almost one step. Okay, how do we guess whether it's 1.95? You'll come to know about it. Yeah, I've changed that. Gita, good. I've changed it. So notice this thing. Just keep noticing one thing. What am I going to do first of all? Keep noticing the students. What are we doing? We are going to first of all cancel out 400, 400, 800 as we did earlier. We'll be getting a 1, 2 and 1. Don't disturb anything yet. Wait for some time. We'll start, like playing around with this stuff. Okay. So you have 1 on the top. There is a 6. You keep that 6 aside. Then you have 2. And then you have plus. Like 400 into 10 to the power 4 divided by 400 plus 10 to the power. Okay. Anytime ever you get the calculation, you can do this. Okay. Now, what am I going to do is, what are we going to do is, this is 10 to the power 4. And we have 400 plus 10 to the power 4 into 6. Okay. If then you have on the denominator, okay, on the denominator I'm going to get this, on the denominator I'm going to try and get the common denominator. What do I mean is, I'm going to try and cancel out this term. So basically I'll multiply this on with the other term, right? So I'm going to do that only, then nothing else. 400 plus 10 to the power 4. Calculator is not available in your exam, so you need to use techniques like this. And definitely this is an aptitude based technique. I don't know whether the intention was a problem to test your aptitude, calculation or this technique. So this is it. This is into 1. So I'm directly writing it down as 10 to the power 4. 10,000 as 10 to the power 4. This would get cancelled out. Okay, this would get cancelled out. The denominator would get cancelled. Now, next thing. 10 to the power 4 over here and over here. Okay, that's it. You can do that? Probably no, I guess. Just a moment. But we can do the other thing, right? Over here. Just a moment. You're doing something wrong. I don't know. Okay. So 10 to the power 4 cannot be directly be cancelled. I don't think the shortcut that you need to keep noticing, it will eventually come. Okay. Oh, we have a situation here. Situation is not a very good situation. What do we have? So there is we can do about it, but we can do something. Okay, anyway, let me condense it. Okay, no, 10 to the power 4 you cannot cancel it. Okay, right, you need to notice it, Gita, that's the point. Okay, that's the point. Okay, to solve it quickly, definitely you need to notice it. So this is going to be 10 to the power 4. Okay, let me keep it as 10,000. 10 to the power 4 is 10,000. So here we have 2 into 400 plus 10,000, that is going to be like ultimately, is there a way to cancel out the 0? That's what I'm thinking about. I think we can only work around 2 zeros. That's correct. Yeah, we can only work around 2 zeros. So we'll only be able to manipulate only 2 zeros, but that is good enough to guess the answer, trust me. Okay, better than calculating the decimal value. Yeah, that is one of the things that you can do, given that you are going to do that in the exam. But we need an easier way, right, Karthik? That is the entire objective of this session as well. So yeah, this is going to be 400 plus 10,000. That's going to be how much? Like something like, I'm just going to keep the 2 as it is. and I'm going to say it's 400 plus 10,000 is 10,400, which means we can only cancel out two zeros, not all the zeros. So I'm going to cancel out two zeros. Two zeros over here, two zeros over here, two zeros over here. Exactly, it's basically 6 by 3.8, but there is a way to guess it. Okay, everyone just focus on this thing. Okay, what did I do? 10 to the power of 4 cannot be cancelled out directly. That's why what did I say? I simplified this term. That is going to come out as 10,400. Into 2 is still there. We'll simplify it later. Okay, now I am just trying to cancel out as many things as possible. Try to simplify things finally for my from examination perspective. Yeah, actually that is the easiest way. Okay, now the thing is, I'm carrying out this calculation over here. Just keep noticing it. Yeah. What are we going to do is, yeah, this actually, if you understand this method, right, that's actually a one-step method. To understand this method, so I'm going to carry out the calculation over here, students. Okay, this is going to be V1 dash, and V1 dash value is going to be, this is 2 into 104, that's going to be 208, 208 plus 100, that's going to be 308, correct? 2 into 104, 208, 208 plus 100, 308. Let's keep it as it is. 308, 100 divided by 308 into 6. This is easy. This is definitely lot easier than calculating individual resistances and doing all of the math. Okay, if you are going to calculate R1 dash, that's lot tougher. I'll come to the point how even from here you can guess the answer, like what Karthik is doing. Literally like what Karthik is doing, right? This is, can we say this is near about some 0.333? So it's like 1 by 3 or 100 by 300, near about 0.333. But since the denominator is little bit more, I can call it as like 0.32. Okay, there would be like 0.326 something if you calculate it. Even if you calculate it, it's easy, but this is the way you have to think in your exam. I'll come back to the calculation part, but do remember this. So 0.32 into 6 is how much? It's going to be like 1.9. Getting this to be like, just a moment. Somewhere this is going to be 12. So it's going to be like 6 to 12. So like 1.92 and odd. If you I think there will be like a 5 etc. So this will come out to be 1.94 something. Okay. So 0.33 into 6 is how much? So that's going to be like, you can think about it as like 18, right? So 18, 1.98 and odd. This is like 1. So very close calculation. That is one of the issues with this kind of question. So that's why you want to make use of this method. Here you are going to get something like, like 0.325, I guess. Okay, it's going to be 1.95, 196, etc. Okay. 0.99596. So it's near about not 1.8. At least you understood that point. Okay, with 0.33, what you are trying to intuit over here is your value should be between 0.33 and 0.22. When multiplied with 6, your value should be lying between how much and how much. This is what we are actually doing, right? Even over here, this approximation is not the thing that we should be even doing. We should be thinking about the range. Then in that case, this one would be like 18. And there would be an 18, so this would look like 1.98, and this would look like 1.92. so your value should lie somewhere between this. Hence 1.8 is not the answer, 1.95 is the answer. That is the easiest way. Trust me, if you try and calculate this resistance, you need a calculator. Okay, this value, which value I'm saying, this value you need a calculator. R1 dash, you need a calculator. It's going to come out as like some less than of course 400, everyone knows that, but how much less than 400 we don't know. Okay, other way is reverse integration. Okay, what you can do in reverse integration is, but again you need to calculate this value, you need to assess this value. Okay, this calculation is lot tougher than what we did. You try and calculate it without using calculator, this is lot tougher. So try and understand this method. And like what one of the students has asked, how do you identify this? Try and simplify things, right? My first objective was what? Not to put in much hard work during this calculation, because I know I do not have access to calculate. Right? So the easiest thing would be to identify things that can be cancelled out at the beginning. Maybe I don't want to simplify all at once. Maybe at the end and find the easiest way. Of course. One thing, I'll again come to this problem, since one of the students have asked. Even rest of you focus on this. So first of all, I hope everyone understood this point. Voltmeter should be connected in parallel to the resistor across which you are going to measure the voltage drop. And initially, what was the potential drop across 400 ohms? Across 400 ohms, let me take a different color. That would be more convenient, I guess. Just a moment. So across 400 ohms, the potential drop was, I'm going to, speak it up. So keep noticing. It's going to be 6 volts in this case, into that of 400 divided by 400 plus 800. That's going to be 6 by 3, 2 volts. Initially 2 volts. And then what happened? I'll come to the calculation part, of course. Okay. Then what happened was, we said that now this voltmeter is connected in parallel. It's no more 2 volts. It's basically the parallel combination of 10 kilo ohms and 400 ohms. And I, taught you something in the current electricity chapter, or even now, just to remember this. If there are two resistors in parallel, let's say 400 ohms and 10 kilo ohms in this case, your value will be always less than 400 ohms. It's going to be lesser than the least value. So if R2 is less than R1 and R1 and R2 are connected in parallel, then your value is going to be less than R2. You can think about it this way. If you have like a short wire in parallel, all the current is going to pass through the short wire, hence the resistance, the net resistance is 0. If some infinite resistance is connected in parallel, what happens? It's like an open circuit on the other end. So it's going to be basically 400 ohms. So basically you understood it should be less than 400 ohms as the magnitude of the resistance of the voltmeter or any resistance connected in parallel increases. What is happening? You're approaching 400 ohms. Initially it was 2 volts, it should be less than 2 volts because the resistance value has decreased. 2 points are clear. Now let's come to the calculation part. Okay, coming to the calculation part, I said that now your resistance is basically these two resistances in parallel. This 400 and 10 kilo ohms in parallel. This is one of the resistances, and we need to first of all calculate this value. But I told you something, you know what, do a thing, don't simplify it completely right away, because this R1 dash expression is way more complicated to calculate at the beginning itself. This is how you calculate it, R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2, or you can remember it as 1 by 400 plus of 1 by 1000, 10,000, so 1 by 10,000. So I said, let's do a thing, let's not complicate things, let's just keep it as it is. Okay, or you can also simplify if you think that is easier, because this decimal is going to ultimately create problem at the end, because we are not able to calculate it accurately in our exam. So I said, let's do a thing, let's keep this resistance as it is. Okay, you don't have to do all of this funny things in your exam, but you need to remember this thing, R1 dash values. Okay, if you have any confusion, write it down separately while your calculation. Then what did I say is, practice this multiple times, else it will go wrong in the exam. Don't do that thing. If you try to guess the answer, it can also go wrong. Rather, you go with this method if you do not have access to calculator. So what I said is, let's do a thing now. I'll keep the resistance as it is and now try to calculate the potential drop across this one. The potential drop across this one is going to be like the net resistance in series R1 dash plus R2, and that was how much? 800 plus of that funny value in that is divided by. So basically this R1 dash, this is what? This is basically R1 dash, that new resistance, divided by R1 dash plus R2, where R1 dash is that funny value, right? So basically that funny value divided by 800 plus that of that funny value divided by 6 volts is going to into 6 volts is going to give you the value. Okay, 6 volts divided by this value R1 dash plus of R2 is going to give you the current, into that of funny resistance value is going to give you the overall thing. Okay, now let's come to the most important part of two important part, like the second most or the first most, I would say, this case, because most of you know the concept of solving this problem. What I said is, you know what, don't complicate it too much. First of all, find the common things that we cancelled out. We even did it earlier, right? We are going to do the same thing. So what I said is, you observe an 800, you observe a 400, you observe a 400. You can notice something common that can be cancelled out. First of all, cancel out that. Okay, so you will have 2, 1 and 1 over here. Then the next thing is, try to equalize the denominator, because there is nothing more left to cancel. So take this thing on the other side and cancel out this denominator with this denominator. Denominator of the numerator with the denominator of the denominator. Basically this term I want to cancel out somehow. So what I did, I took it on the other side. So we had this, we cancel this thing out. Okay, we cancel, we add this term, cancel it out. Okay, just showing you again. Okay. So what did we do? We cancel this thing out. Now all we have is a numerator and denominator, but still a complicated calculation. So what I did is I wrote this term as 10,000. Okay, 10 to the power 4 also you can keep it. And what is this value? 10,000 plus 400, 10,400. So there would be 2 zeros, and there is another 10,000 on the other side, which was basically 1 into 10,000. This is the 2 into the, some value that we are not able to calculate at the moment. We don't want to calculate it at the moment to complicate things. Then what I said was, simply do a thing. You will find 2 zeros. You'll find this all the time. Even we'll discuss one such problem, you'll find it all the time. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow so that you have a clarity. I'll take the problem like, this, not this, there's another similar such problem in your JEE. Calculate this 0, this 0. So what you are left with, 100 divided by some term, this total term. That is 2 into 104 plus of 100. There is a 6, of course. So 2 into 104 is how much? This term is going to be 208 plus 100, that is going to be 308. 100 divided by 308 into 6. Then what did I say is, 100 divided by 308 is between this range. Always make use of this method. Very easy method. This will be very useful. It's in the range between 0.32 to 0.33. So when you multiply 0.32 between 0.32 to 0.33, your value lies. I'm guessing it was anywhere around 0.325. So your final value should be between 1.92 to 1.98. Because 0.33 into 6 is 1.98, 0.32 into 6 is some, you can think about it, even it's short of, it's plus 0.03, okay? Like A plus B, you can do that thing if you like to do that, okay? So it should be like, it's definitely not 1.8, you know that thing for sure. It should be greater than 1.9. That's it. That's what we do. We didn't calculate the exact answer, but to an extent, we have calculated like a very accurate answer. 0.96. This is what is possible without calculator, right? The easiest way. Else, if you are a mathematical prodigy, you can do that thing, but the easiest way to do. Alright, let's jump into rest of the questions. Rest of the questions are not this calculated 2020 JEE Mains. As I told you, it's one of the best papers, students, for current and electricity. So focus, but every concept has been covered within this, paper. Almost most of the concepts have been covered. So within PYQ sessions, it will be kind of a revision for many of you, one of the most important topics. So galvanometer is there, and this galvanometer has 500 turns, and each turn has an average area of something like 3 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. And if a torque of 1.5 Newton meter is required to keep this coil parallel to the magnetic field. So what they are saying is, you have a coil. Okay. For now, just let's take a coil, but it's a bunch of coils because there are like multiple coils. This does not look like a square coil. Probably this is like a square coil. Whatever coil, okay, it still works, right? Now you have this coil, and you have like a magnetic field. So don't worry, it's not a magnetic field question. I'll come to the theory part as well. Don't worry. It's basically electrical measuring instrument question. So many electrical measuring instruments. Okay, something like this. You have all this magnetic field, and now what you need to do is you have to somehow make sure this coil is like this. This coil is like this. So think about it. There is a coil that is supposed to rotate. Okay. due to some magnetic field effect. I'll come to that part, how it all happens. Now you need to hold it like this, right? It will rotate automatically. I'll come to that part, why it is rotating. Now just assume if the magnetic field is like this, if the coil is parallel to the magnetic field, what is happening? This coil is parallel to magnetic field. Okay, I'm going to call magnetic field as B. It's B, right? B is the symbol for magnetic field. So now I need to hold it like this. So I need to provide an external torque because it is tending to rotate. It likes to rotate in this magnetic field. How do I do that? Now let's come to it. It's very easy. It's very easy. Okay. 20 Tesla. Amazing. Really good, Karthik. Amazing. Good. I guess you know the final expression as well. Very good. So we would be dealing with something known as area vector, if you remember. Okay, this is like this is going to be, if this is the coil, then your area vector is going to be like this outside the coil. So let's just calculate it for one turn. For n turns, you will multiply it with n. N times flux will be there. Okay, n times flux will be there. But if you are more comfortable with the basic equation of magnetic force, how much is the magnetic force? Okay, let me just calculate the magnitude. Okay, let's do this. Okay, it's going to be I into L cross B, right? How do you get this? You can get this from Q into V cross B also, something that you can remember. But this is the basic equation. Okay, don't worry about it. If you don't know, just you have to remember this thing. Very good. 20 is the correct answer. Very good. Okay, so this would come out to be ILB sine of theta. This we typically apply for all the like things. This is about the force. Okay, we are just talking about magnitude because I'm going to remove this thing, because here L cross B makes sense. Now it is just magnitude. So in this case, what is the value of theta? What is the angle between the magnetic field and the area vector? It's basically 90 degrees. Okay, here the theta is 90 degrees. That means sine of 90 degrees is 1. So your force is going to be how much? Your force is going to be ILB. This is but students, you must remember that NIB, right? NIAB. Basically, how you can remember this is basically the flux multiplied with your B into A multiplied with NAB is flux multiplied with your current. That is going to be a torque. Work done and torque has equal thing. If you remember K theta, etc. Okay, anyway. Now torque. Okay, I am coming from the basics. Don't worry. Torque is going to be how much? You need to multiply this with the width as well, right? So you will be doing something like that, and you will be getting N into L into W into B, and that is for one turn. It's going to be IAB. This is for one turn. For n turns, what? N times such torque would be experienced, right? Because n such current coiling, current carrying coils are there. So n times that torque would be experienced. Coming to that part, what is going to happen? Torque is now going to be, since there are n turns, n times it is going to experience Ni A into B. Okay. Something you can remember, but this is the concept. Basically, remember this thing. This is easy to remember. Okay. NAB is what? Let me come to this way. So what I'm saying is N into B into A is nothing but flux, total flux. So it's basically flux phi I is what it is. Magnetic flux into I. Okay. This is just for you to remember. Otherwise, this is a very easy problem. Amazing, guys. Amazing. So yes, everything is in SI units. Just do substitute the value. It's a very simple question. So it's 500 into current is 0.5, and then area is how much, students? Area is given to you as 3 into 10 to the power minus 4. That's it. And you can calculate this very quickly. You don't have to even. So they are asking you how much torque is needed, or strength of the field is needed. The torque given to you, torque is given to you. Torque is how much? 1.5 newtons meter, sorry, Newton meter. Okay, 1.5 Newton meter. So 1.5 Newton meter is what is being given to just hold it. So that is also the torque produced by the, your this thing, this coil. You give it more, it will start rotating. As simple as that. To keep it in equilibrium, both has to be equal. This is an external torque. Which one? This one. And that is like an internal torque due to the coil. You have to balance it out. That's it. So yes, you have a B over here which you need to calculate how much is the torque. 1.5. This is going to be like how much? 1.5. This 0.3, 0.3. This is going to be 10 to the power minus 1. And I'm going to, okay, this is going to be 10 to the power minus 1. I'm eventually going to take out 1 10 to the power minus 1 from here. So this is going to be 10 to the power minus 3. And are we doing everything correct? Okay. Oh yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Just thinking something. Just pardon me. So this is 10 to the power minus 3. This is going to be how much? Another 10 to the power minus 1. So it's basically 5 by 10. Right? This is 10. This is basically like 1 by 10. So you can take this to be 2. Just a moment. Missing out on something. This is 0.3. That is fine. 0.3, 3, 10 to the power minus 1, 10 to the power minus 3, 10 to the power minus 3. You are going to get like something like 10 to the power minus 1. 0.5 meter square Newton meter. Everything is in SI units. So are we doing everything correct? Yeah, this is where I made the mistake. What is the mistake? Not 0.3 guys, this is 3. Okay, this is 3. So this is 3.5, 3 times 3 times 3 would get. Let me do this. Correct? You are correct. Okay. So here we go. This is 0.5, 3 times 3 would get cancelled out, and then we have 10 to the power minus 4, and we have 10 to the power minus 2. You take it on the other side, B is going to be 10 to the power 2 divided by 5, which is nothing but 100 divided by 5, which is going to be like 20. So 20 Tesla. Very good. Okay. Easy question actually. So yes. Let's get into the next question. It was a simple one. How about this one? So battery of 3 volt is connected to a resistor, and it's dissipating 0.5 watts of power. If the terminal voltage of the battery is 2.5 volts, the dissipated within the internal resistance is going to be how? It's a simple question, right? How about this, Karthik and Geeta? How about this? What is going to be the answer? What is the shortcut? There's no shortcut. What is the concept? Do you want to take a minute? Half a minute? But don't, for students, anyone just watching this, don't try to, get into the entire thing. Don't get to that, exact numerical values and then find out the final solution. Think about the shortcut. Think about that concept that you can apply to quickly derive the answer. And calculate the answer, whatever. See, it's easy. 0.5 watt resistor dissipating 0.5 watt of power connected to a 3 volt battery. If terminal voltage, what is terminal voltage? Battery EMF is how much given to you? 3 volt. Okay, let me give you the shortcut for this, but this is something that you should not remember without understanding the concept. Understand the concept and remember this. If it is twisted, you should be able to apply it. Okay, what am I going to say is potential drop across internal resistance and to that of external resistance is proportional to the voltage dropping across them. How much ever is the voltage drop in the internal resistance and the external resistance. Okay, if 3 volt is the total potential of the battery, but it is only supplying 0.5 volt, that means 2.5 volt, that means 0.5 volt is lost and 2.5 volts is supplied. 2.5 volt, who is consuming the 2.5 volts? That external resistor. Okay, who's consuming the 2.5 volts? The external resistor. 0.5 volts is being consumed by the internal resistor. That's 1/5 of the power is what it should be consuming. I square R. How are we getting this? This is the power ratio I'm talking about. Okay, it's not resistance ratio. It's I square R. I'm not basically writing down the I square R. I did not write it down intentionally until the end so that you should be understanding it. It's 1/5 of it. So it should be 0.1 watts. That's it. 0.5 volts is lost. Who took that 0.5 volts? It's V into I is also another way of thinking about it. You can think about it as I into V, because same current is going to flow. Alright, let's get into the concept. It's an easy one, don't worry about it. Just keep watching. It's a simple one. So we have a nice, and this resistor connected to a decent battery. Why decent battery? Because this battery is not a very good battery. This battery has some internal resistance. Internal resistance is a battery phenomenon. It has nothing to do with the external resistance. It's unlike like external resistance. It's due to the batteries. This R internal. This is EMF, and this is what the external resistance. EMF is the total, resistance. Total voltage or potential that the battery could have delivered. How much is that? It's going to be like 3 volts. That's it. But what has happened? Some 0.5 volts is only this guy is only getting 0.5 volts. This resistor over here is I'm really very sorry, 2.5 volts. 2.5 volts means this potential between them is 2.5 volts. So you can write it down something like this. Terminal voltage, you know this, I guess, is nothing but EMF minus whatever current is flowing through this. That is going to be the same current through the resistor. It's EMF minus I into small r. Okay, that is internal resistance. The small r in this case. So that is like I into internal resistance is how much? EMF minus terminal voltage. And how much is EMF? EMF, is 3 volts. This battery can supply 3 volts. But how much has it supplied? What is the terminal voltage? 2.5 volts. Like whatever is this resistance getting. So it's 3 volt minus 2.5 volt. Okay, I'm just going to keep it like this. This is going to be 0.5 volt. Now let me come to the point. Okay, I hope this is clear. Let me do a thing. Let me write down something over here. I into capital R, same I is going to flow over here, right? I'm just changing the color, but it is the same I. Okay. I into R is how much? 2.5 volts. I into small r is how much? Like 0.5 volts. Power dissipated across any two resistor. How would you calculate it? 0.2 amperes. Good, Geeta. That is what I'm saying. You can calculate the value of I. Good. Of course. Why are you calculating? How are you calculating the value of I? Is there a way to calculate the value of I? Yes, you can calculate the value of I. Yeah, I square R. You can do that, and you can calculate the value of I. value of current would come out to be something like I guess 0.5 watt divided by 2.5. So that would be like what you're saying. It's like 1 by 5, 0.2 amperes. Okay, that is one of the ways of doing it. Definitely, yeah, you can calculate the value of current. So that's good thing. I'll discuss that. You can calculate the value of current like this, right? Okay, before that, let me explain this thing. Okay, what is the power dissipated across any resistor? Power dissipated across any resistor is I square R. Okay, be it R external, R internal, that is going to be the same. I'll come to the current point. So power dissipated across the internal resistor divided by the power dissipated across the external resistor is going to be I squared R small internal divided by I square capital R. It's nothing but I can cancel out just one I and say that this is I into R internal divided by that of R I into R external. We have that value. This is 2.5 and that is 0.5. Both are in volts. So you can directly take the ratio. So this is 0.5. This is going to be 2.5. How much is this? This is going to be like this is okay. Anyway, this is just a ratio. The ratios does not have any units. So it's going to be 1 by 5. So P internal is going to be how much? P external, we know the value of P external divided by 5. What is the value of P external? 0.5. So it's going to be 0.5 by 5. That is going to be how much? 0.1 watts. Okay, this is easy. Now there is another way. The other way is calculating the value of I, but may not be necessary. How do you calculate the value of I? I is going to be what? P resistance divided by V resistance. That resistance. So it's going to be 0.5 watt divided by, but ultimately what you need is the ratio of the resistances in this case. Okay, this should be 2.5 now. Easy. 1 by 5.2. Very good. But what is, focus on the easiest way. I'm not saying all the time you'll get it in the exam, but once you start attending such sessions, you start solving some questions this way, you'll be getting it. This is maybe you can do this and calculate internal resistance value as well. Okay, this is useful. This is just I'm just taking you through this. If at all I've asked you what is the value of the internal resistance, you should be able to calculate that as well. You know the value of the current, you know the like power drop across the internal resistance. You should be able to calculate the internal resistance value. Okay, external resistance value. Everything is possible. Nothing is a mystery in this question. Try to work around this question, calculating internal resistance, external resistance. How do you do it in the shortest way? That is the key goal. Have you calculated that? It's 0.1. Okay, 0.1. It should be 0.1. That's it. It's a very easy question. Right. Many more questions are there. You can just guess it from the answers. We'll get into it tomorrow. Many more questions. 2020 JEE Mains is of course very easy. And we'll also discuss one more such questions as we discussed today. Okay, that is going to be tomorrow's star question. How do we do this thing? This is one of the questions. Do a thing, if possible, do take a screenshot of this question and try doing it. Okay, try doing it and try to come up with the answer and try to come up with the easiest way. The clue is whatever we have done today is the clue. Okay, in the beginning, like how we did our calculation, we got that 100 by 308, right? Similarly, there should be a way for this as well. Trust me, there is a way for this as well. Simple one. It's very, 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 very simple. So try to work around. Okay. All right, students. That is this was definitely one of the best papers in terms of your at least January session. What I've noticed most of the times, what I've noticed in your JEE Mains paper is you get a lot of questions from electrical measuring instrument. Try and cover electrical measuring instruments that NIAB, right? 5 into 5 and B into whatever we discussed, that was even asked before. And even in this question, we would have to do this. I'll come to that point. How do you guess the answer? But this is not, that kind of question where you have to delay the calculation, delay the simplification of the term until end to get the answer. Okay, there would be many such questions that you'll come across where you can use that. Okay. So try to work around those simplified methods as well. Okay, they are for your exams, and that is what I typically do even in the exams, so that I can solve them very quickly, to be honest. But yep, like not I know them now, not maybe not earlier. I didn't know them much, but yeah, you are getting access to it, right? All for free of cost. Do definitely like and share this video. And before that, let me tell you guys before signing off. This Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. we are going to have a problem session on vectors. If you're looking for complete theory sessions, that are also available for free of cost on your Unacademy learning app, and this has all been covered in 6 sessions. So you'll be having complete sessions for free of cost on your Unacademy learning app, students. So you'll be having free of cost special sessions on your Unacademy learning app. So try and get that as well, okay? Because if you think you have any issues in vectors, you can attend those 6 sessions and complete them, and try and attend this problem session, because it's going to be a mix of things, not just like physics based concepts, but also you'll be dealing with a little bit math based concept. But I believe post that your vector should be complete as far as your physics is concerned. Try and attend mathematics vector session as well, because it might have different kind of problems. So try and solve as many problems as possible. And that being said, coming Monday we'll be having a PYQ discussion again, JEE Mains 2020 problems on electrostatics. If you attended it before, very good. If not, try and attend this session. It's going to be really an interesting session, because you're going to have polls, leaderboards, etc. So try to attend the session and try to maximize the benefit of calculating an exam. Okay, we'll be discussing how do you calculate an exam, definitely in all of our PYQs, problem sessions. Generally in PYQs or technique sessions, not in your regular sessions, because that will spoil your concept. Again, this is going to be a free of cost class on Monday, and again on your Unacademy learning app. That being said, we have already completed units, dimensions and measurements. A very important topic for 2021 aspirants as well. What do I mean by a very important topic for 2021 aspirants as well? Why do I say that? Because you definitely get questions from this units, dimensions and measurements. It's a very easy topic. It's not going to take much time, be it during your preparation or during your exam. So an amazing thing for your JEE preparation would be a units, dimensions and measurements. And definitely you can check out past 10 years JEE Mains paper. There wouldn't have been a single paper without units, dimensions and measurements problem. Definitely an easy topic, less time consuming topic. So complete it. All you require to do is like 4+1. There's also one more session on model problems. Try to complete them, students, before your JEE Mains. Yes, current electricity, units, dimensions, measurement. If possible, attend the PYQ sessions of electrostatics if you haven't done until now. So that way you are able to complete it, complete the most important concepts around your electrostatics. And yes, one more thing would be like your something like magnetism or optics, etc. Try to grab those kind of topics. 2021 aspirants, 2022 aspirants, cover this topic, cover any topic that comes on your way. This includes gravitation. Even 2021 aspirants, you can complete gravitation, because that is also a very easy topic, and you can make use of the same method in electrostatics, but build some basics around electrostatics before exam, because that is also a very important chapter. In 2020 you would have noticed that there were 2 questions in each paper. Okay, generally you get 2-3 questions in electrostatics and current electricity. So it's like you cover 2-3 topics, you will be able to score 7-8 questions easily in your exams, and rest of the topics will contribute for next 13 questions if you cover optics, etc. So like there are 5-6 topics that you have to cover, and you will be able to maximize your score in your exam. And of course, students, from this topic you get a lot of JEE Mains and JEE Advanced questions as well. So try and complete them. And students, if you do not, if you are not yet on our Telegram app yet, Telegram channel yet, just do download Telegram app from your Google Play Store and App Store, and then click on this link. This link is available in the description box below, and once you click on that link, right, you will be getting onto a Telegram channel. And what you get on a Telegram channel, you'll get before time live updates on every session conducted by our amazing JEE English team. So yes, students, you'll be getting before time live updates on every session. Yes, that is true. Not only that, not about just your YouTube sessions, but you'll be also getting updates on our Unacademy learning app sessions. Of course, students, that being said, if you do not have Unacademy learning app yet, this is the time to download it. Download it by typing in Unacademy on your Google Play Store and App Store, and the first search result is going to be Unacademy learning app. Click on this install button, the most downloaded education app across India. Why do I say this? Because you will get access to so many amazing things. One is the free of cost A to Z sessions on your Unacademy learning app. You will get access to many free of cost A to Z sessions on your Unacademy learning app. So do definitely download it. It's all free of cost. Once you start following me, follow me on Unacademy learning app so that you can get live updates on such sessions conducted by me. So these are going to be very interesting sessions, amazingly easy sessions for your preparation, amazingly full length sessions. So we are delivering full length free of cost sessions on Unacademy learning app as well. So do definitely also share those videos with your friends. And that being said, the Unacademy Combat, the most competitive gamified IIT JEE battle ever, is going to happen again after this new year. That's on 3rd of January. So enroll today with Murli Live code so that you can get the best in class, like, you know, unlocking feature, discounts, or whatever you can get. You make use of Murli Live code, you'll be getting beat the best discount or the best kind of, you know, things that you'll be having on your Unacademy learning app. And you can unlock many things using Murli Live code. So make use of Murli Live code whenever and wherever you can use them. And yes, this is going to be the most competitive gamified IIT JEE battle ever, and you can win lots of rewards and prizes. This includes hundreds of Amazon vouchers, and, you know, like Apple MacBook Air and Apple iPad and earpods, etc. So just compete, and we do have dedicated batches for 11th, 12th and 13th class. So for droppers as well, and students, yes, take it as a learning experience as well. It's going to be a gamified experience, of course, and an interesting one. And that being said, if you're looking for a complete package for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, it's going to be an Unacademy subscription. And what you get on Unacademy subscription, we have the best educators across the nation on an Unacademy subscription platform, with whom you will be getting to attend the daily interactive classes. And yes, of course, students, on a very interesting platform with lots of polls and leaderboards, so that your learning becomes very interesting. Not only that, we keep conducting lots of test series conducted and set by the best educators across the nation. So that way you will be getting access to some of the best resources for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation at a single price. Yes, on an Unacademy subscription, all you have to pay is a single price for all of your programs. So there are no batch restrictions. Not only that, every Unacademy subscription program is a structured program, and you will be getting access to, you know, live doubt clearing sessions with the best educators. And not only that, you know what, every program is going to have doubt clearing sessions, in fact, and quizzes and mega quizzes. Every fourth session is going to be a doubt clearing session, and you'll be having a lot of quizzes and mega quizzes. And coming to how do you avail this amazing Unacademy subscription, all you need to do is click on the left hand top corner extension bar, choose plus, choose IIT JEE as your goal, and then hit on this get subscription button. And students, that being said, what do you get after this? Yes, I told you, without any restrictions, you can attend as many programs as you want, but plan wisely for your JEE preparation. What are the things that you need, which programs you should be attending, etc, etc. And coming to the pricing part, it's very reasonable. All it is going to cost you is less than 70 rupees a day. And this is for a 24-month program. We typically recommend a 24-month program to students in 9th to 11th class, of course. And that being said, make sure you apply Murli Live code whenever you are purchasing Unacademy subscription. Yes, so that you will be getting best max discount on your subscription purchases. Right, this is one of the best things about your Unacademy subscription, that you can apply discount codes and get the best discount. And of course, Murli Live code is going to give you one of the best discounts. And we also have convenient payment options for you, so that you don't have to go through the hassle of paying all the fee at once. If you're looking for one such thing, it's going to be pay in parts, which is our in-house payment feature, where you can split your payments into multiple parts using our pay in parts feature. Not only that, we also have access to no cost EMI, where you do not have to bear any interest on your easy monthly installments. And these are two interesting payment options for your Unacademy purchases. You can also check out our other payment options like debit card, credit card, UPI, etc. And coming to droppers and long term, we typically recommend that you go for a 12-month program. We recommend 12-month program to droppers, long term students in 12th class, etc. And what is the pricing? It's less than 2,900, 2,888 after you apply Murli Live code. And what do you get on this? Dedicated droppers coach, dedicated droppers course, and many more thing on Unacademy subscription platform, like national level test series, etc, etc. There are like many things that you'll get on Unacademy subscription platform. And make sure you apply Murli Live code. Also authors like DC Pandit, DC Gupta sir, like teach on Unacademy subscription platform. We have some of the best educators, of course, on this. And if you are looking for something beyond plus subscription, where you can like improve upon your strategies, your method of preparation, etc., we have something known as Iconic subscription. On Iconic subscription, you not only get access to the subscription plus subscription features, but you also get access to even something more amazing, that is going to be personal coaching from IITians and NITians, one-on-one coaching from IITians and NITians. So think about it, you'll be getting expert guidelines, dedicated strategy sessions, etc., for your JEE preparation, motivational sessions, etc, many more things like study planner at a price of 58,500. So think about it, IITians and NITians guiding you through this process, who have previously gone through this journey, is going to be amazing for you. And what is the pricing? It's 58,500 for a 12-month program, and for a 24-month program it's going to cost you less than 50,000, that is going to be 45,000 per year. Right, that is 90,000 for 2 years. And make sure you apply Murli Live code, be it you are purchasing plus subscription, Iconic subscription, 6 months, 12 month, 24-month program, to avail the maximum discount on your subscription purchases. And that being said, right now our JEE English team is an Iconic subscription team, and you can take your JEE preparation to next level with our personal coaching. You're going to have one of the best teams for your JEE preparation, because we'll be conducting IIT JEE workshops, we'll be giving out expert guidelines, and not only that, we have one of the best teams for your JEE preparation. We have IITians and NITians and head of coaching institutes on JEE English. So if you would like to take like your preparation to next level with us, yes, you can do that on Iconic subscription. If you prefer to do that in English, yes, you can do that. And that being said, yes students, that is tomorrow we are going to get started with a new batch on Unacademy subscription platform. That is going to be a Manzil batch that is going to begin on 24th of December, and we are going to have some of the best team conducting you both of the batches. That is going to be JEE Rank Booster 2.0 batch and the Manzil batch. And students, do not forget to like and share this video, click on that subscribe button and bell notifications. If you want to click on this bell notification, because you will get timely updates, share this video. It's free of cost, full length, high quality lectures for your JEE preparation with lots of techniques. So do like and share this video, and definitely click on the subscribe button if you would like to get the updates. So yeah, click on this so that you will be getting before time updates, etc, like at least timely updates. And get on to Telegram channel so that you can get updates on the sessions, etc, students. Yes, that being said, never keep smiling, work hard and smart to achieve your success. Do remember that. And students, yes, tomorrow at 7:30 again we'll be having this PYQ session. And if you'd like to attend gravitation session, it's going to it begins at 6 p.m, right? So 6 p.m. we'll be having a gravitation session. So don't miss out the gravitation session or this PYQ session. PYQ session very important for all of you, especially 2021 aspirants. Don't miss it out. Even 2022 aspirants, you can attend and understand the methods that you can use while calculating. We'll be discussing many concepts, etc. Okay, like PYQ session is not going to be just technique session, or not going to be just a traditional concept session. You'll be having a mix of so many things, mathematical methods to solve things very easily, like calculation methods, etc, etc, etc. Many more things on this PYQ session, so stay tuned. And yes students, if you are going to purchase any Unacademy subscription, make use of this referral code Murali Live. Take care, stay safe, bye bye.